Today on The Story Seekers, we witness Brother's moral dilemma at school and journey with him as he learns about courage and kindness from Daniel in the lion's den. Join us for an adventure of faith and friendship. Coming up. Welcome to the Story Seekers podcast. This podcast is a gift from our family to yours. In it, we will explore stories of imagination and adventure. We will learn about living with disabilities like Down syndrome in the family, and we will seek wisdom in the timeless stories from the Bible. Join us for regular episodes, like and subscribe our videos, and get to know the four story-seeking siblings and their trusty service dog, Olive, as they play, laugh, and learn along with you. Welcome, Story Seekers, to a tale of courage and truth. Today, we join the Story Seekers in their backyard under the shade of the tall oak tree. Sina is building a castle out of sticks. Oni is drawing in her sketchbook, and Nessie is playing with Olive, her faithful dog. But Brother seems troubled today. He's sitting apart, looking thoughtful. Brother, finally breaking the silence, shares his concern. Friends at school are being unkind, he says. They're spreading rumors about Alex, the new student. I don't know what to do. Should I join them to fit in, or stand up for Alex? Sina, with her usual wisdom, replies, "That's tough, brother. But remember, what's easy isn't always what's right." Oni adds, "Yeah, we should be kind, like how we want others to treat us." Nessie, though she does speak quite so much, nods in agreement, her expression showing her support for Brother. The story speakers fall into a thoughtful silence, each pondering over Brother's dilemma. It's a beautiful day outside, but Brother's problem casts a long shadow over their play. As they ponder, the backyard begins to transform. The tall oak tree becomes a blackboard, the grass turns into a tiled floor, and the blue sky shifts to the ceiling of a classroom. We are now in the story speaker's imaginary school, a place where lessons are learned not just from books, but from the heart. In this classroom, Brother sees himself sitting at a desk, surrounded by his classmates. They're whispering and giggling, passing a note about Alex. Alex sits at the back, alone and unaware, his head bent over a book. Brother's face shows his inner conflict. If I don't join in, he thinks aloud, they might start picking on me too, but it doesn't feel right to be unkind to Alex. Sina, in the role of a wise classmate, advises, think about what you believe is right, brother. That's more important than what others might say. Oni, acting as another close classmate, chimes in, you have the power to make a difference, brother. One act of kindness can change someone's whole day. The bell rings in the imaginary school, signaling the end of the day. Brother watches as Alex leaves the classroom, still isolated, the weight of the unkind words hanging in the air. In the heart of their imaginative world, the story seekers find themselves discussing the story of Daniel in the lion's den. As they talk, their surroundings begin to shift and change. The backyard, the imaginary school all fade away, replaced by the dimly lit stone walls of an ancient den. They are now in the very heart of Daniel's story. The air is heavy with anticipation and fear. In the corner of the den, they see a figure, kneeling in prayer. It's Daniel, calm yet resolute, surrounded by the shadows of sleeping lions. Sina, wide-eyed, whispers to her siblings, we're in the lion's den with Daniel. Look how he trusts in God even now. Brother, both scared and awed, asks, aren't you afraid, Daniel? Daniel, opening his eyes, responds with a gentle strength. I am scared, but my faith in God is stronger than my fear. He hears my prayers. Oni, looking around at the peaceful lions, realizes God is protecting him. The lions aren't harming him. Nessie, holding Olive closely, nods in understanding. Even Olive seems calm, sensing the protective presence in the den. The children witness this miraculous scene. Daniel, safe among the lions, his faith unwavering. They see firsthand the power of prayer and trust in God. Daniel turns to the story seekers and shares, standing up for what you believe in, for what is right, may be difficult, but remember, you're never alone. God is always with you, just as he is with me here among the lions. The story seekers take this lesson to heart. As they leave the den, the scene shifts once more, bringing them back to their backyard. They return with a newfound understanding of faith, courage, and standing strong in the face of adversity. Having returned from their profound journey in the lion's den, the story seekers are back in their backyard. The experience with Daniel, witnessing his faith in God's protection, has left a deep impression on them, especially on Brother. Now the backyard transforms once more, but this time, it's a different scene at the imaginary school. Brother finds himself with a new sense of courage inspired by Daniel's unwavering faith. As Brother walks through the school corridors, he sees Alex sitting alone, the weight of unkind rumors still hovering around him. Brother remembers Daniel's words in the den, "You're never alone, God is always with you." Taking a deep breath, Brother approaches Alex with a friendly smile. "Hey Alex," he says, his voice warm and welcoming. "I've heard the rumors. They're not cool. Do you want to hang out with us at lunch today?" Alex looks up, surprised and hesitant at first, but then his face lights up with a hopeful smile. "I'd really like that," he replies, feeling the kindness in Brother's offer. The other students in the cafeteria watch as Brother and Alex sit together, their whispers fading into silence. Some look guilty, others curious. One by one, they begin to realize the impact of their actions. Sina, acting as a caring classmate, joins them, saying, "This is what it's like to be a true friend." Oni, with her bright smile, adds, "Yeah, it's about standing up for each other, just like Daniel." And Nessie, her eyes shining with pride for her brother, claps her hands in joy. As the school scene fades, the story seekers find themselves back in their familiar backyard. They are filled with a sense of accomplishment and a deeper understanding of faith and kindness. Brother, inspired by Daniel's example, made a choice that changed not only his day, but also Alex's. As our adventure with the story seekers comes to a close, we find ourselves back in the sunny backyard. Today's journey has been one of courage, faith, and kindness, much like the story of Daniel in the lion's den. The story seekers, having lived through their imaginative journey, have learned a valuable lesson about standing up for what is right, even when it's difficult. The Bible tells us about Daniel's unwavering faith in God. In the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verses 16 to 23, we read about how Daniel was thrown in the lion's den because he prayed to God, defying the king's decree. But his faith did not waver. God sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths, and Daniel was unharmed because he trusted in God. Let's read this verse for ourselves.
It says, "So at last the king gave orders for Daniel to be arrested and thrown into the den of lions. The king said to him, 'May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you.' A stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den. The king sealed the stone with his own royal seal and the seals of his nobles, so that no one could rescue Daniel. Then the king returned to his palace and spent the night fasting. He refused his usual entertainment and couldn't sleep at all that night. Very early the next morning, the king got up and hurried out to the lion's den. When he got there, he called out in anguish, 'Daniel, servant of the living God! Was your God, whom you serve so faithfully, able to rescue you from the lions?' Daniel answered, 'Long live the king! My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they would not hurt me, for I have been found innocent in his sight. And I have not wronged you, your majesty.' The king was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be lifted from the den. Not a scratch was found on him, for he had trusted in his God."
Just like Daniel, Brother showed courage by standing up for Alex. He chose to be kind and truthful, setting an example for others to follow. Let us remember that when we face our own lion's den, our faith and the choices we make can guide us through. It's not just about being brave, it's about being true to ourselves and to what we believe is right. Thank you for joining us on this journey of faith and kindness. Until next time, keep seeking stories, keep standing strong, and remember, God is always with us, in our hearts and in our actions.